This is Comic Burrito. This week in comics. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Nick.
And it's
This
week in comics.
This week in comics, girl.
This week in comics.
Whoa.
We got an auto-tune remix.
Whoa.
Oh, is there something going on? What?
Yeah, Todd, we're gonna have to kick you off the stream. Something's going really weird with your mic. We're gonna have to
like what's happening with Nick's mic.
Oh,
earlier.
I think I fixed it.
Is everybody here?
The three of us are here.
Yeah, I mean,
and Justin Birch, he's tailgating. Justin
Birch, of course.
He's, I mean,
tailgating.
Classic YouTube tailgater, Justin Birch. Also, tailgating equals lettering. Yeah, he's constantly tailgating.
Justin, don't you have like 50 books to letter by midnight tonight?
Yeah, he sleeps and he tailgates. That's it.
And he letters while he sleeps. That's how good he is. He just has a thing next to his bed, and he's just.
He wakes up. Tea.
Yeah. My dreams are always in Wingding, and it's a nightmare.
Yes.
Everyone curses the whole time.
Oh boy.
All right. So it's this week in comics. That means we have comics to talk about.
That Hulk's a she.
He's bobbing and weaving on me. I'm not ready.
That's a lady Hulk.
And
she's also immortal.
Nice.
And she's also immortal.
And this book is published by Marvel.
Book.
Written by Al Ewing. Art by John Davis Hunt. Colors by Marco Menzi. And letters by VC's Corey Petit.
Nice.
This was a lot different than I thought this was going to be.
I read that too.
It's not really like the Immortal Hulk. It deals with a problem that she has, and it's kind of a downer of a book.
It deals. So there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a protagonist, an antagonist.
I mean, the antagonist.
There's a superpower involved.
Yeah. It might have to do with her being immortal.
Wolverine
might be in this book.
On this one.
Thor also might be in this book.
Okay, now all of a sudden spoilers.
Well, he said maybe. I'm assuming one of those is
Superman may be in it.
But he's not. Spoiler.
Man.
But we tried.
What are you gonna do?
I think you can kind of just start this. This is like a fresh thing. I mean, if you read Civil War 2, which I don't recommend, like it has some concepts for this book. But
so maybe skip that one and go into this.
I mean, pretty much most of the scenes you can kind of get by like the one callback in here.
It's true. They make it. They hold your hand through it. You're fine. You do not need to know anything about it.
Do you think this is so good that like I should pick it up even though I don't read Marvel and stuff? And I mean I do like Hulk, but I've never read a She-Hulk.
I would think you should read Immortal Hulk.
I've read like the first 2 works. I think.
Yeah, I mean this is
not going to be good enough for you to be like, I'm really glad I grabbed it.
It isn't like Zdarsky Daredevil or anything. Okay.
I mean, Al Ewing's a pretty solid writer. I don't think he does bad things for the most part. Yeah, this book isn't going to be bad.
Yeah, someone like me, maybe.
But I don't know if this is supposed to be ongoing or a mini, but...
It's a mini ongoing.
Yeah.
A mini.
Cool.
It's gonna be ongoing for a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, I will go with... I'm trying to remember which order I sent them in to you, so why don't you put it up? Let's see if you have what I have. Yeah!
I'm going to like this for you.
Win 4 by James Tiny Onion and Michael. Oh, I've never heard his last name said. Dialness?
Sure.
Something like that.
This one's on you. You're the driver.
Yeah, he drives, or he draws good. Drives good. There it is.
Hey, look at that.
I mean, obviously, if you haven't pulled 1, 2, or 3, 4 4 is maybe my.
This is actually where you should jump on. You'll finally actually get something out of it.
No, I don't know. I really like this book, but I do kind of wish I just had it all together. So when this trade comes out, I would definitely pick it up. Unless, I don't know, I think there's one more. 2 more?
One more. I think it's 5. Maybe it's 6.
I think it's 5.
don't know.
I think it's
I guess
six.
I originally thought it was 4, but
I'll let
Maybe
you know if
did not
5
end after this issue.
if 5 sucks. I'll let everybody know not to buy it. But I'm pretty confident that you're going to want to buy the trade if you haven't been picking up the singles, because it's good.
Why are people's beards offended?
I think he
Bearded
said
Comic
that
Bro said that his is the best.
Oh, in the
first
chat.
and best. In the chat.
First and best. Yes.
I made mine worse. So what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I mean,
That's my
mine's
first pick of the week.
solid.
I have the best burrito beard.
Yep.
I had forgotten about Win.
I have the second best by default.
Nick has the third best.
I'll take bronze. I'll take bronze. That's not that bad.
Yeah,
No.
third best beard.
So my first one's also a Marvel book.
What?
That's weird.
This
going
week in
on?
Marvel.
Yes. Oh, here we go. This week in Marvel, yeah. There you go. That'll be fun.
We're gonna have
It's
to break
called-
into Todd's house and take that away from him.
You'll never take it away from me.
Because soon it's the only way he's gonna be talking and communicating.
I'm just gonna do a bunch of weird fucking voices.
was like, what the fuck, guys? You can't know. So this book is called Juggernaut.
Nick's is still better beard than Cole's. Fuck, that's good.
My 5-year-old nephew disagrees. He told me he likes my beard.
Wow.
What a
Five-year-old
aficionado in beard.
He's obviously the high authority on beard rankings.
He
Everyone
is.
My 5-year-old says I'm the best ever in everything. So
You know what? If you can get him on the show to rank live beards, people can pop in. People can pop in. Is that weird? That might be too weird.
It's
Cole's
gonna be way
wife
too
will be
weird.
on too.
Uh,
It's a beard. Get it? It's not that she has a beard.
can you
but
play the womp womp sound? Your joke might have.
It's supposed to be good. So yeah, it's Juggernaut #1 from Marvel.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Fabian Nicieza. I'm just gonna take a stab. That's the writer. Ron Gardney is the artist. Matt Milla is the colorist, and VC's Joe Sabino is the letterer.
VCs, they do something for Marvel apparently.
VCs. So it's a comic book about the Juggernaut.
Mhm.
Does he say I'm the Juggernaut, bitch?
He's the guy that like runs and doesn't stop, right? Like you can't.
I don't even know how much of a spoiler everything is because I don't know. I didn't read synopsis, so I don't even know what the general thing is that people know. But it's a different take on the Juggernaut. He's in a definitely different place than in life than he normally is. It's really cool. I'm pretty into it. There's a new hero I'm not familiar with, but I'm also not super familiar with modern Marvel at the moment. That's kind of like with him, so I'm pretty excited about that. I like his person he's hanging out with. Man, this is hard to circumnavigate. But really what makes me really excited about #1 is what they have ready for #2.
So it is an ongoing. I guess I thought that was just a one shot for some reason.
No, it's definitely going. And the next issue, I think, is going to be a banger. I'm really excited about it.
Is this one that I should pick up?
You know.
No? if it was like a 6 or 12 and it was looking
Yeah,
really
if this was like a mini, but
not
if this was a mini, I'd also say this is a week #1.
yeah.
Like if this was going to be only 6 issues, I'm like, wow, you really took your time with this #1. But
Sure.
it is a mini, says Chaos. So
Chaos says it's a mini.
I might, in theory, then switch this to Spider-Woman then for my number one.
I mean, maybe it's going to be a really banger mini.
But I'm really excited about issue 2, so I think it could be really good. Because Spider-Woman, and there's 2 Marvels fighting for a Marvel slot today. Because Spider-Woman was also very good, which is very weird that that was even in play. But yeah, so that's a number 1 that came out.
Juggernaut number 1.
It's Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Oh yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say on here. So
My second pick is Gideon Falls. This is an Image book. It's by Jeff Lemire.
Oh, really?
Yep. Art is by Andre Soriantino. David Stewart does colors, and the letters and design are Steve Wands. This is the second to last issue of this book. That makes me very sad.
I'm very happy that I'm very behind on that book, but I'm very sad I didn't get singles.
This one was definitely kind of weird. A lot more weird stuff happens. I don't really know how this is going to end.
I like that. I hope it ends weird. It would be very fitting if it was just done and everybody was like, okay.
All right. There's something else happening that kind of happens for the first time in this that didn't happen before that I was like, that seems like something else.
Well,
I haven't gotten to read it yet, so I am very confused.
This definitely has some very cool like splash pages where it's just like crazy art and like, you know, where they have the panel work where like the art in the background has nothing to do with the actual like what's happening in the story stuff. So I would recommend getting this once all the issues are out. 25 is not a good place to start.
Or you can try to grab 1 through 24 if you want to try.
Good luck. I mean, bring your checkbook and you'll be fine.
It's there.
They're there. They're there. You're going to pay for those early issues for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or you can trades and then get the pulls if you really want it. But if you're not on board with Gideon Falls yet, you're probably waiting.
Yeah, probably an idiot.
I
actually stopped buying the paperbacks because I'm just assuming it's going to get hardcover release. And so I'm going to hoopla to read and enjoy it and cross my fingers for hardcover. But it seems like Image doesn't really like putting those out that much anymore. I haven't seen a lot of new hardcovers from them. So maybe I'll end up getting it.
Yeah, because it's some of the best looking ones.
I know they're some of my favorite.
Nailbiter and Descender and all that.
I have Descender and East of West. So
and East of West, yeah.
East of West 3 is supposed to come out in November. I have it pre-ordered.
Everything then?
That'll be the end. So I'll be rereading it then.
Cool.
Hopefully, if it comes out. Amazon, I have it. I think it's like $35 if you pre-order it. Which they're like $60 retail cover price or whatever. So nice. I'm just hoping it comes out and then I can finally finish it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, pick number 2 is the autumnal from Cross, Sheehan, Wordy, Campbell.
That's a little wordy.
Are the names? Yep, there's all the names on there.
Oh,
this is a super cool horror book. If you like horror books, you should probably buy this book. And then
or whose publishes it?
It is from Vault. It is from Vault.
Oh,
number 1. I have read number 1 and I have read number 2, and I am super excited for this to keep going. The only thing that sucks is that I got them like last week, and now it's like I need number 3. And that's the problem with advanced copies, I guess. But very, very good, very strong start. And it's just that weird, creepy horror type stuff that's different than anything else so far. So yeah, if you can find it, I know I'm hearing a lot of heat on this book on Twitter and stuff. It's getting kind of hard to get. I know that our shop still had a small stack of them at the end of the day, I think. So if anybody needs a copy, we might be able to.
I think Wes needs 2 or 3 more.
Huh?
Wes needs 2 or 3 more.
Wes needs 2 or 3 more. Well, he needs 1 to read. He needs 1 to look at, and he has 1 that he puts in a black box to never. You don't even look at that one.
No, that one doesn't even get to see sunlight.
Yeah, no sunlight on that one. Yeah. Yep. Easy pick. I don't even want to like I don't even want to talk about it really at all. Just get it and experience it.
Vonnegut's the fucking man. He's the best.
Oh,
yeah.
It was because of that.
Yeah, I know. But
Okay.
I was just, that's fine. I just like that there's Vonnegut love.
I'm a big fan myself.
Yeah, Vonnegut's the best.
Ice 9 kills.
Oh, shit. All right. It's on me.
It
I will say on autumnal, right?
Autumnal.
Right? Autumnal. I'll never get it right.
It's like autumn, but autumnal.
Autumnal. I will say that I would not give up on it until after issue 2. If you read issue 1 and you're like, I would give issue 2 a read for sure.
That was my dog, if you couldn't tell.
Yes, Batman. That's his cat.
I'm the only one that doesn't have a dog.
So I'm going back to tradition because this was 4 for 4 in my top picks of the week. And now it is 5 for 5. It's Gunland number 5, Gunland 2, Tribe.
Did I tell you about this book?
Fuck you, man.
I found that book. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, it's definitely a Nick recommend. It's from Magnetic. As Capitan was the I don't even have to look at my notes. Capitan El Capitan was the original artist and colorist and writer colorist inks. He didn't do the letters. That was somebody else. And then Mike Kennedy did the translation. And it's just gorgeous. Oh my god, look at that.
I need to get on that.
It is. It picks up where the story left off in the first series of Gunland. It's still really awesome and weird. Art is still, it's the same guy doing everything, so the quality is like stayed the same. It's, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It's still, once again, it's definitely going to be like 5 chapters long, but there's going to be like 4 issues. So issue 1 cuts off like at a really weird point, and I'm sure it'll pick back up, and then a chapter will be in the middle, and then it'll end at a really weird point again. It's very strange. I would probably recommend doing what Cole's doing and just get the trade because it's all in one, but I refuse to wait at this point.
It's
really
nice, definitely. I know the trade comes out. I think it comes out in November. I thought that you could pre-order it to come out in November.
Oh, wow.
For the second one, because I was already looking, because when I bought the first one.
Are you going to get the last issue before I do by doing singles?
Maybe.
That's going to bother me.
You might have to
maybe it's only 3 issues.
Or maybe it's only 3 issues. Oh, God. But yeah, no. Gunland number 5. Gunland 2, the Tribe. What the fuck? I don't know either. It's Gunland 2 Tribe, but then it's still listed as number 5 for Gunland.
It's the 5th overall issue.
But the second story arc.
I don't know if it is the 5th overall issue, though.
It is the 5th overall single issue that they've put out.
Yeah, because they're like, I don't know, it's weird. Because
I think it came out just as a graphic novel in its original translation, which is why this is weird. But it's very good, and I highly recommend it still. Pick up the trade. That's really easy to do right now. Pick up the original Gunland trade and then just wait for the next one, unless you want to read weird breaks like I do, because I can't help myself. So yeah, I don't really have much more to talk about. I've talked about that. That's literally the 5th time I've talked about it, so that's it. But the thing that messes up my format. Good job.
Yep, sorry. So my final book is Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy number 4. This is a Dark Horse book by Jeff Lemire. The art is Tonsi Zanchnik and letters by Steve Wands again.
Hey, look at that.
This book, I don't even remember if it's been I think the last time I read an issue of this might have been in January and or February.
Oh, wow.
So Black Hammer is one of my favorite things that Jeff Lemire has been doing. This is the only anti-hero-ish book that he's been doing. So it's kind of a cool thing to see.
I might try to find the back issues. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean this one it's kind of weird. It goes into some other like lure of the Black Hammer world that like technically the cool thing about all these Black Hammer books is like this one in particular, especially, you don't need to know anything else about it, but it goes into back lore of this world. So there's other like superheroes and bad guys that you meet that aren't just in the story by going into flashbacks and learning other parts of the story. I mean, I've been really digging what Jeff Lemire's doing with Black Hammer, so it's nice to have more. Excited for the Colonel Weird book that's coming out that says it's in your local comic shop, but I have no idea because it hasn't came out yet. And I know that Dark Horse was one of the weirdest publishers when it came to releasing books again, where they took the longest, I want to say. But once again, it's a 4th issue of a 5-issue mini, so probably not worth to start here.
No,
but if you like Black Hammer, I'd probably
at or below cover price then maybe. But
yeah,
I haven't really heard anybody else talking about it.
I've trade weighted all of Black Hammer, so I have everything except for this current thing. I know if you can get it on in stock and you need to like fill up your order and stuff like that.
That's all. Like, I usually get one Black Hammer book every time I do an in stock order. I get one Black Hammer book, and I know the last time I placed an order, like I think it's volume 3 or volume 4, they were out of, and it was like,
so you're kind of at standstill.
Yeah. And it's weird too because the reading order is kind of janky in it.
It's weird. I have to look it up sometimes.
Like especially with that Quantum one.
I think that's volume. That might be the one that I'm missing.
That one gets like in a weird spot where it might be in between the second season.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Oh, here's my book.
Yeah, I don't. Oh my god. Yeah, it's confusing.
So yeah. So Black Hammer things are good.
I recommend.
Yeah, me too.
Also not sure what's going on in here either.
This Week in Comics.
I think you might be referring to the chat, but I could be wrong.
That's just off the rails as usual. So it's normal.
Pay no attention to the people in the chat.
Or do. It's up to you. We're just here to let the chat have a reason to be the chat.
Are you guys ready for my last book?
I mean, sure, because I know what it is. Because I made the graphics.
Does it make me want to go?
So I might, not even might. This is easily on my short list for one of my favorite books of the year. Like right now, off the top of my head, I can think of like Hedra and this book, and I'm sure I could come up with a few others.
Like, are you saying single issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, single issue book of the favorite. Yeah. Yeah, favorite over. I mean, if I could include everything that's
it's technically a whole series.
That this draws from, it would be several series.
This is technically an entire series because it's a number 1 and it's it.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Josh Williamson. I am like both. Like all good things need to come to an end, and Williamson being on DC in general, I think is I haven't heard him doing anything else.
He's doing Justice League, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he was doing something else.
I guess he's doing Batman, Superman too. So never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like I'm pretty sure he's still working.
And he's doing Nailbiter.
If you haven't been heavily invested in DC Rebirth things in general, I'm sure this would not have the same effect on you. It's a good book, but having read through all of his Flash run, through Metal, through Justice League, through even going to things like Heroes in Crisis and general Rebirth things. Button, I don't know what you're talking about. Is a different Cole. It was a different Cole.
That's J. Cole, actually.
It's this other Cole guy that I know. It's a common name. It's a really common name.
Mm-hmm. He meant to say Captain Cold's wife.
Cold. It was Captain Cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a typo. Yeah. Easy typo. You know how that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're in on this, you got it and you read it and it's awesome and you love it too.
I heard you had a blue suit.
I'm just gonna jump in so we can just talk about all of this at once.
Little blue suit.
1 second. You're gonna ruin it. Don't do it. It's mine. You jerk. Boom. Yeah, buddies. Flash 762. The end of a 100 issue arc.
AKA Flash 100.
From Williamson. My Flash Rebirth 100, yeah. But my goodness, Williamson. My goodness. I don't want to talk about anything that happens in the book per se because
you want to know what happens.
Spoilers
right on the cover, right?
We got 100 issues from a single author in like the modern age, and it was excellent. It had its down points and everything, but oh my goodness, like my God, I know there was like 15 issues that I was like questioning what was happening, but then
I almost dropped it. Remember?
Yeah, you did. I remember that. That was like, oh. But these last 20, 25, I feel like for weeks, for months, we have been going, but the end of Flash, but the end of Flash, but the end of Flash, and it just was every fucking time. He just kept hitting us with these crazy endings, and it's just like, how does he keep escalating?
Yeah.
And this was a great send off to the story that he set up.
Absolutely.
He did a great job, and he's got like legacy rights to being one of those Flash authors. Like he has his own Flash. There's Williamson's Flash will be something that's referenced now.
Absolutely. I think that 10, 20 years from now, it'll be, I mean, people can argue, sure, that Wade's run for Wally is arguably better than this run. But I think as far as Barry Allen runs, I think it's definitely going to be up there. It's just even the points. I believe I can't remember exactly in the arc where I was thinking about dropping it, but it was when all the other new forces were being kind of casually thrown around, and it was like, this doesn't really make sense. And even later on, now looking back in all the ways that he's made that stuff relevant, it's like you couldn't just erase it and have this all amazing run.
Ending go.
Right. Yeah. You have to have, so those down points later on serve their purpose. And it's oh gosh, yeah, it's such a good run. I did not start on the singles, but Williamson's Flash was the first book. I started pulling Metal, and I think Metal tie-in, the first tie-in for Flash was 33. It could be 32 or 33. So that was the first single issue of Flash that I bought. And then from that point on, I just decided to buy the singles. And I want to go back.
Right. I remember you having trades, and then you were like, I think I'm going to start getting the floppies for this. And it's like,
I was buying trades, and then it was like, I bought that issue for the Metal run. Yeah. And it was like, hey, I'm only like one trade off. So it was like, I bought, I think, 2 floppies and just didn't read them. And then finished my trade, and then it was like, all right.
It says this like it was one coherent thought. It was like 3 different weeks in a row at work where we were like dissecting whether or not that should be a pull.
Yeah.
That took a long time to be like, I'm just going to pull it.
Yeah, it did, but no regret at all. In fact,
you did, because if you would have waited too much longer, that would have been.
I'd be still waiting for this final trade at this point, and that'd be
no regrets.
That'd be really
would suck.
Go Pack, go Chaos.
But yeah, this is they didn't quite win, but it was definitely the biggest showing that Marvel has had
in a long time.
Valiant effort.
The last one showing that I had was probably when I picked Spider-Woman.
Or I talked about Hawkeye like 7 months ago.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Hawkeye? Yeah. Spider-Woman was like 4 months ago, so I think that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good showing for Marvel. Juggernaut number 2 better be really good. It might not happen again.
Better showing from DC.
Yes, I have to say there's a reason why the Flash 762 is after the Juggernaut.
It's hard to compete with 2 number 1s and 2 like finales.
To be
That's the number
fair, they
technically.
also
But it's a
Batgirl was great too this week. I was considering putting that.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not really sure why I have it, but there was like a HBO Max Raised by Werewolves thing by DC. It ties into like a show or something. It was like 9 pages long. That came out today. It's a number one from DC.
Is this like a real thing that we should know about, or is this like you not knowing what you're talking about?
I read it. I'm not quite sure what I'm talking about, but naked robot ladies on the front.
Oh,
That looks like a Resistance cover to me.
But it's DC. You see the little DC up there?
Interesting.
HBO Max.
It's right there. Yeah, an HBO Max comic book event. Which is kind of neat. If you have owned DC and you have these new shows coming out, why not make DC do comics for them? So I read that was interesting. That's a number one from DC technically this week.
I might have also put this in my thing, but I finished it after we turned in our stuff. This is the final issue of Archangel 8.
Somewhere?
Huh?
Archangel?
Archangel, yeah. Sorry, I said Arch. Well, no, it's Arch, right? I don't know. Either words. Another great AWA book that has concluded. I read all of my issues that I pulled this week before we talked.
I still have one to go.
Me too, technically, because I don't have my Hotline Miami yet.
I got one to go. But, yeah, Trevor.
So I have for today, I've read. But that's not weird for me because I have like the day. It's not as big of a feat for me to say that is cool.
Trevor, I warned you about Burnout.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
I warned him about Burnout.
You can't start at our level. That's a fool's errand.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a new Boom number one that I do at least want to like mention. An Unkindness of Ravens.
I almost grabbed it.
What?
I almost grabbed it.
It is good. I like it.
You sold it hard. Good sell.
You could be like, this is the most amazing book I've ever read, and I probably still wouldn't grab it. I'm not feeling
I bet there.
I had it in my hand, and I was like, and then I was like, I can't pick up a new title. I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, I picked it up. It's Boom. It's Dan Panosian. He's the writer, and he did the cover, which I think is really cool. And then Mariana Ignazzi is the illustrator. Fabiano Mascola is the color, and lettered by Mike Fiorentino. But it is a number one from Boom. I at least wanted to mention. The art is pretty classic, but it's very like punchy and poppy. I really like it. It's about, as far as I can tell, it's about witches in a town, and there's a new girl. That's all I'm going to give you, because you don't really need too much more. It's good. It was good. If Flash wasn't here, it probably would have been my third pick.
It's fair.
But then Mega Man and Dead Body Road and Spider-Woman.
This was the lightest week I had. I only picked up 5 books.
Whoa.
And autumnal.
Autumnal.
That's what I said. Autumnal.
No.
It's autumn.
Tried.
It's not autumn.
Autumnal.
It's autumnal.
It's autumn. It's autumn.
It's autumnal.
I'm going with autumnal. I almost didn't even grab it, but then I had to have it. But
yeah, you said that. And then
it was
like,
going to be only 4
it.
issues, and it was like I'll get it because I did really like it. And then I reread it, and it was like, yeah, this was awesome. I'm glad I have it, but I kind of wanted that 4-book week just to feel that on the pocketbook, really.
Right. Did Canada have a weird hiccup with not getting comic books? Because I feel like, Sam, you never get your comics on the week you're supposed to get your comics. Or is that just me? Am I misremembering things?
I think he had Devil's Highway.
5
yeah,
is
some
super
AWA stuff. $22 total. Nice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, 11, 12. There's 2 I haven't bought.
I was at 21 something with my discount for the 5 books. So.
No, fuck. There's
I had a
$3 or
$20
4
gift card.
because I need to get
You had a what?
Or a $25 gift card, so it was $20. My work gives them out like for like employee of the quarter, and I just had one since like last year. It's been in my backpack that I forgot I had. It was a Christmas one. It had a snowman on it, so that'll tell you when I got it.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's use this.
Nice. That's cool. What is everybody else's pick of the week? We're almost like at the normal time that we've always shot for, but we
did I mention that I won, and I'm really excited about it.
What are you excited for? It's not anything that you've already bought for an amount of money, is it?
I had a Instagram notification, and I'm like, and I get onto the Comic Burrito Instagram, which everyone should follow because we might actually try using it maybe for a little while at least. So yeah, but there's a notification. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm like, maybe it's on my personal account that I like never use. Like maybe once a month I'll use that. So once I figured out how to switch back over to it, I'm like, yeah, there is a message, and I click, and I'm like, who's it from? And it's from W. Maxwell Prince, and it just says, "Did you get my message?" And I'm like, this seems like a hack, like somebody, like, did you get my message? No, and he's gonna send like, oh, here's a link. You just click this kind of thing. And I'm like, no. And I won the foil variant for posting a picture of me in my shop with the thing.
Amazing.
And it sounded like it's from like he said, I will send it out on Friday. So I'm like, well, could you sign it? And he's like, oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to get signed now.
It's really cool.
The only downside that kind of sucks a little bit is he's pretty sure that the Sharpie will not stick to the foil cover itself. So he's going to sign the inside cover.
You should still have him try. You have 2.
Yeah, but the one I have has a damaged corner in it. So if this one's in better shape, I'd rather
get it on there, somehow hold it in there, and then get it slabbed so it can never go away.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to even try, but I'm just excited to have it and to get that. Yeah. It's not like I would get it slabbed, and even
the back foil too. Is the back foil too?
Well, the top part isn't foil, right?
Yeah, the whole thing is.
So the whole cover is foil. Is the back foil? And then you could.
Yeah, it'll show. You can see the back in the slab.
If you got 2 of these frames, you could have one showing the front and one showing the back that's signed of the back of the other one.
Because if you actually get it slabbed, well, you probably don't want to get it slabbed because it's not verified.
Let's see.
Did it not take Instagram messages?
The back is not foil.
Yeah. Well, CBCS will do verified, but they're also like, I think the worst in what people trust.
Have them print out a like authentic.
CGC won't even take like one. Like if you had one from Midtown, where Midtown authorized it, they won't take it.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It's fine.
It's just so they can make more money at
I'm never gonna sell, so it's.
Because even like
I told him that I'm like, it's not like if you want to sign my name in there, like thanks Nick, like that's fine. Like I'm never gonna sell that book, so maybe this one, maybe I don't know.
Yeah, since you have the other one,
maybe
it's a poser.
Probably not, but maybe.
We talked about Marvel and you weren't even here.
We talked. Well, he could see which ones we talked about because they're on the screen. Our list of the week.
I know. I was just saying he wasn't here to listen to us talk about it.
Oh. Well, hi, poser.
So yeah, that all happened like as my wife and kids came home. So I was like screaming and yelling in the living room, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "I want a comic book." And they're like, "Oh, okay."
Dad's a weirdo.
I'm like, "Remember that book that I spent way too much money on?" And she's like, "Yeah."
I got another one for free.
I got another one. And she's like, "Great."
Does that mean I can give you $40 for the one that you have?
I probably would.
Oh fuck! Damn it! I didn't need you to say maybe. Fuck.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe I'll offer him, but I was like, I don't really need that book. I guess
I did pay $40 plus shipping.
fine. But you would take 40 plus shipping?
I'd probably consider it for sure. Once I have the new one, I got to get the new one in hand and make sure everything's ready. But
it's just the cover. There's no inside.
Yeah,
That'd be so dumb.
It just
Or it has, like, the wrong inside.
the foil cover. We didn't say the
Yeah,
inside.
he said you win the foil cover.
Yeah, it's just cut off. Here you go.
But yeah, for a book that I've been I finally have it now. Where if I pull up my CLZ, these are my. Oh, it's gonna be too.
But I'm driving up the price. Apparently, we're having a mini auction.
No. That's my missing issues. It now is on one screen. Like I don't have to scroll.
Nice.
To
Very
see
cool.
which covers I don't have yet.
That's cool.
So
No, it's just AD. Your boy is saying 55 for it.
those are just way the really expensive ones.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have a current. I'm texting somebody on Twitter right now that it's like 140 and 90 for those two, and that's.
Yeah.
Oof.
Dear God.
I don't think
It's
they're gonna get.
not gonna go up.
I mean,
from
for
there.
a book that you technically didn't have any issues of a month ago,
I've-
that seems like a lot of money.
I've spent a lot of money on Ice Cream Man, but I sold a lot of my.
If they never did that fucking Dr. Seuss thing, you never would have done it.
Yeah, I sold a bunch of discs and stuff to pay for it, so it was kind of like old hobby to the new hobby. Not that I don't do that anymore, but I definitely don't do it as much as I used to.
It's not the same, yeah.
Yeah. So, or I might need
With you
foil
later.
I might need that second foil as trade bait if somebody has like a issue 1 and they're feeling really stupid about it.
Yeah, or even if you get it for like half the price.
Yeah.
Right. Then it might make it tolerable.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you need, tolerability. All right,
And
but I think
It's time! It's Vader time!
to
Darth Vader?
we're gonna wrap it up. So thanks for getting wrapped up with us in This Week in Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Nick,
What?
come on, man.
This Week in Comics.
Thank you. God, you have one very simple part.
Well, you threw me off with the vocalizer thing.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for getting wrapped up with everybody. Like the stuff, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Is it follow on Instagram? I don't fucking do this shit.
IG. Meet us up on the IG.
Meet us up on the IG.
I'll try and post one thing a day.
Hit the meet us up button on Instagram. Yeah, and tell us what your favorite comic of the week was in the comments.
Anywhere.
Yeah, in any comment, anybody's comments, and then post a link to wherever you commented it.
Come to our house and tell us. Just not.
Yeah,
knock on
but
the
I
door.
won't. You're not going to get in, but you can like leave a note. We can talk through the glass door.
Yeah. Come and knock on my door.
I'll be waiting for you.
I'll come in your hot tub and talk to you
Maybe
about
they're
comics.
already in the house.
You're going to come in my hot tub.
Like, not like that, but I'm going to go in.
That's
I'm not
not-
going to win this one.
That's not sanitary.
I'm going to go into your hot tub, and then I'll talk to you.
Go in.
Oh, okay. That's better. Anyways, make sure to double bag it and use that aluminum foil. That's 3 streams in a row. Got to keep it alive.
Night, Sam.
I'm Todd.
Night, Nick.
I'm Cole. Oh!
Night, Comic Producer. And I'm Nick. Night, DePiercy's Comics.
Night, everybody.
Still watching and not comics.
Catch you on Saturday.
Flippity flop.
Live, libbity,